Joining me now is retired Yuma Sector Border Patrol Chief Chris Clem. Chris, great to see you. Thanks so much for being here. Your reaction to Kamala Harris blaming Trump for the border?
Oh my gosh! Good morning, Maria. Thank you for having me. That was ridiculous. It was worse than I'd read when hearing it for the first time. Unbelievable that someone can actually utter those words, that thinks that she is going to be tougher on border security than the former president. And anything doing or bringing back that failed Senate bill that she's talking about, that wasn't a border security bill. If she was a leader, she'd talk out to the House and talk to the Senate and say, let's start with H.R. 2. That was a border security bill. What she's pushing and what Biden and Harris pushed together was not border security. That was migrant facilitation. We all know it. We've seen it. There's nothing in there that was going to make the border more secure. It was about aiding and abetting the movement of migrants into this country.
Well, what can she do at this point? You know, she's claiming that Donald Trump stopped the immigration law that Biden would have signed. She says she's going to sign it into law.
Well, she can't. She doesn't even know how the law works, so that's not how it happens, right? It's got to get passed. First of all, it has no teeth on border security. And again, just echoing the gaslighting that's going on, blaming the former president for blocking something that was not even, taken up and passed in the House. So that is just, again, this is politics at its finest. It's the fourth quarter, and this is what's going to happen, and it's going to play out until Election Day. It's embarrassing, really, for her and her staff and the administration to say those things, knowing that we had 2.37 million encounters at the border under the Trump-Pence administration, and we are over 2.2 million encounters under the Biden-Harris administration. How she can say that they're tougher on the border and they're going to solve the problem, with a straight face is beyond me.
Yeah, we've got breaking news this morning. The Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich and Marine veteran Paul Whelan are being released from Russia. They have been in prison, as you know. This is part of a Russia prisoner swap. I wanted to get your take on this, given the timing that this is happening right before the election. I know President Trump at the RNC threatened Russia, saying you better, release the hostages. He was talking really about Russia and its invasion of Ukraine. But he said, you better release them before I assume office, or you're going to pay a big price. Obviously, this huge, major prisoner swap is the breaking news of the morning. I want to get your take on this. It involves Evan Gershkovich and Paul Whelan finally coming home.
Yeah, first of all, for the hostages themselves and their family, and for the United States, that's a win for us, regardless of who gets to claim the victory. But again, I do believe a lot of this is politics being played out, just like their executive orders that they couldn't do for the last 3.5 years. These are negotiations in regards to hostage swaps they could have been doing, earlier on, prioritizing that, because those are American citizens abroad. Again, I think it is a lot of politics playing. We know that. We expect that. The American people are not going to fall for it. It's a win for these families. It's a win for America, depending on what we gave up. I don't think we did so great with some of the other negotiations under this administration. But for the American lives that are coming back and hopefully safely, that's a good thing. But I do believe it's fourth quarter Hail Mary politics, trying to show something positive for the American people out of this administration, because when it comes down to the border, trying to solve root causes and all the other areas that are impacting our lives, there hasn't been many wins.
Well, look, sir, the world is on fire. You've got 2 wars underway, a wide open border, and now you've got Iran and the supreme leader there ordering a direct retaliation attack on Israel. So we're all wondering what this means for America. Even as we watch the wide open border, a new report finds the Biden-Harris administration has supercharged migration from Latin American countries with a program that has granted refugee status to at least 21,000 people from 7 different Latin American countries in just 1 year. The program's first year alone, the Center for Immigration Studies says many of these people coming to the U.S. would have normally been classified as economic migrants, not refugees who are fleeing potential persecution. Let me bring Jonathan Fahey in here, who was a part of ICE for years. Jonathan, what is your take on this, the fact that they want to label them as refugees?
Yeah, that's the trick they're playing, is they want to call them refugees so they could get them in the country, because the reason almost all of these people are coming, 90 5% plus probably is for economic reasons, but they have to categorize them as refugees or anything else. And like we talked about before, they know they're not, because they never go after anyone that's torturing them, and it's just so disgraceful. And I would like to just ask if you've seen any evidence of this administration doing a single thing to support the men and women working on the border, meaning to make their job easier, to support them in their mission. Do you know of any single thing they've done? We know they've done a lot for the immigrants, a lot for the cartels, but what have they done for the Border Patrol agents and other people enforcing law down on the border?
Well, it's a great question, and this safe mobility initiative they're doing. This is what they wanted to do at the tail end of the Obama administration. Unfortunately, they had to put a hold on it. And to your point, Maria, it's a national security and public safety issue at the border, and they're not even talking about that. Instead, they're fast tracking people. But as far as what they're doing to better border security, they have not. They've done some things that are important to help with resiliency and mental health, putting some funding there. I think that's important. But as far as actually securing the border, giving the resources they need, putting the wall up where it makes sense, finishing what we started, there's been little to nothing that has been done of any significance that's made a significant impact to secure our borders. It's very frustrating. I think we're in for a lot of name calling, finger pointing, and gaslighting for the next 95 days.
Yeah.
But let's make no mistake, they have not secure the border. They have betrayed the American people when it comes to this.
All right, Chris, thanks very much for your insights on all of that. We so appreciate your time. Chris Clem joining us this morning.